Hey!
What's up, everybody?
What up? The kids are back in town.
We are back.
A little bit of a hiatus. What was it? How many months?
I've been saying 8, but I haven't been counting. I've been saying it feels like 8.
It's been about 8.
I think it was March, our last episode.
You know, things happen. We get busy and
life
gets in the way.
Life happens.
So we're in Long Beach. We have a new setup, right? We're in Joe's apartment in Long Beach. Love it here. Vibe town.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a studio.
It's Joe's living room, so it's definitely not a studio.
It's comfy.
Comfy, calm, cool, and collected. So I took the train here, and the Long Beach train station is a very weird place.
Kind of feels almost historical when you're in there. It feels like the first train station whenever I go.
It really doesn't make a lot. There's wacky, zany characters there. I saw today, I was like walking out the front, and there's like the front, there's like a building, there's some bushes, and I looked again, and there was like a 16-year-old boy just laying in the bushes.
In the bushes?
In the bushes. Like, but it wasn't...
Was he wearing a backpack?
No, he was in a yellow hoodie. And I just said... And it's not like bushes where he's like hiding. It's like beach bushes. So it's like stone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's just like 1 bush, 2 bush, 3 bush, 4.
And he's just amongst the bushes.
And he's just very out. And I was like, you good? And he just like popped up and then looked at me and started sprinting down the street. And I was like, the last time this happened, I've seen a man on the ground before in the Long Beach train station. I think this was in the summertime. And me and Emily came to Long Beach just to like hang out at the beach. And there was this very round, I was like walking out of the train station and I just heard like, yeah, honey fell down at the train station, honey. Yeah, I'm on the ground over at the train station. Can you come get me? And I turn around and it's just this very round beach man lying on the ground. Like, he was very comfortable. And he was just I was like, do you need some help? And he was like, no, I'm okay. And then just got up himself. I was like, why'd you call your wife? What the fuck? So it's just a weird place.
Long Beach is a special place, dude. There's been like, I've heard people tell me stories about, so the train station's right near Starbucks.
I'm just watching your mic, just making sure it's loud because you're low.
The train station's right near the Starbucks, and I heard stories of like 15-ish-year-old like high school kids running into this Starbucks and causing like havoc. Like, they don't let these kids, some group of like street youths, into Starbucks anymore because they like come in and they just start screaming at the top of their lungs, and then you can't like ask them to leave. They ask them, they come back. It's like this whole thing with these kids. I've heard many stories about it. So I don't know, dude. Long Beach is a weird place. Like,
listen, I'm just thinking of this for the first time. Probably not the safest thought to say, but I feel like when you go into a chain, people feel like it's safe to act like an asshole in chain restaurants, Waffle House, McDonald's, fast food places like
Denny's. Every time I went to Denny's,
what the fuck is up, Denny's? You ever see that video?
No.
I got to show you later.
Okay.
I feel like if you're a worker at a chain restaurant and like something like that happens, you have full permission to just start beating people up.
Yeah, it feels like the 80s.
If people come into your workplace and start wreaking havoc, you're allowed to wreak havoc back on their faces.
In chain restaurants and in like mom and pops. There's nothing in between.
Mom and pops? You think it happens there?
You ever see the video of the guy?
They'll shoot you.
You ever see the video of that guy where like the trans woman walked in?
Oh my God!
He was like, "Yeah." I don't even know what he was saying, but that was the voice.
That was the voice.
Yeah. And like that guy, like he didn't get away with it necessarily, but you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes a mom and pop just sets the tone. They're like, "No, this is my place." You know what I mean?
Well, Starbucks, it's no one's place because everyone's getting minimum wage and they don't care that much.
Yeah, they don't care at all.
Yeah. So I went and saw Black Panther 2 in IMAX.
You saw the first one?
Yeah, I did see the first one.
I didn't.
Oh, so good. Black Panther 2 in IMAX. 12 out of 10 experience, dude. You don't remember how max IMAX is, okay? I was in Wakanda. It was almost too max, okay? Emily, my wife, was like low-key, during the trailers, like she was low-key like holding on for dear life. Like the sound breaks the butthole barrier, dude. I was in full submission to the screen. No safe word. Wakanda forever. Anyway, so the trailers are happening, right? The trailers are happening. Avatar 2 is coming out.
Can't wait.
Avatar 2. Well, you saw Avatar 1. I'm a little nervous for Avatar 2 won't hold up.
I mean, how could it hold up? It took 20 years.
Right? It came out in 2009. That's 13 years, 44 Marvel movies, and 6 Kanyes ago.
6 Kanyes, dude.
When it came out, like the graphics are what's made it cool. You know what I mean? Because the story is really just like Pocahontas on the Liver King regiment. Steroids, baby. Liver King is deeply sorry for the mistake he made. Liver King 2024. I remember, dude, when the first Avatar came out, we were all so hype on it. So hype on it. We were like, when's the next one? And do you remember this? They were like, oh, it's going to be in like 20 years.
Oh, yeah. The first one, I remember them being like, James Cameron has been working on this film for 15 years. I was like,
dude, what's up time? We're here now, though.
I know.
What the fuck, dude? Happen. It's crazy. It's like we're at the future. Did I become all the things I wanted to be?
No. Damn.
I don't know. I just don't think it's going to hold up. Every movie has CGI now. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
The reason why it was so good is because, like, the CGI and it was, like, fucking mind-blowing. Dom Toretto's been to space since Jake Sully got his legs back. You know what I mean? It's just...
Is Jake Sully
That's the guy who gets his legs back.
Avatar?
Yeah, that's That's the guy.
Like, that's a detail. Avatar is also one of those movies, not to...
Get in here, come on.
Avatar is one of those movies where, like, so memorable when you saw it. Obviously, it's been 13 years, so tough to remember, like, Sully's name, right?
Right.
But it was one of those movies where so much was going on. I didn't get attached to, like, a like, you saying Pocahontas on steroids, right? Totally valid.
Right.
But Pocahontas, you're so invested in the characters because, like, they're the whole thing. The movie, like, Avatar, there was so much visual stimulation.
You're invested for the visuals.
You're invested in the visuals.
And Zoe Saldana.
100%. But, like, her name... I'm just looking at like sexy tall bitch. Like I'm not even thinking of Neri.
Well, of course I googled that. Who the fuck remembers that?
Of course, right. That's my point. You shouldn't have to Google it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
That's why blockbuster movies are tough. Do you feel?
Yeah.
It's tough. That's a lot of money and years to pour into a movie where I'm not going to remember the main character's name.
Dude, the sequel, it's like, it looks like it's cool, but it looks like they just did it in water. It's like the title is something with water. It's like water Avatar now. And it's just like,
and you're right, though. Like, the original one, the CGI was the whole thing where it was like the best technology had to offer.
Exactly.
At the time. Now, when you see it, like, I saw the trailer, and it looks beautiful, but it's like everything looks like that now.
Everything's like that now.
Yeah. Like, Moana looked like that.
Moana was very good.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for it, though. I did love Avatar 1. James Cameron is sick. He did bless me with my first boob ever, so...
Still top 5 boob.
That's my first boob, okay?
Still.
Trailer number 2 that caught my eye. Absolute cause for controversy, okay? Race has entered the chat.
That's the name of the movie?
No, The Little Mermaid is black.
Is it a real action, like live action
Little
Mermaid?
Live action Little Mermaid, and she's black now. You didn't see this?
No, who's playing Little Mermaid?
I don't know. It's some rant. It's like her name is not Holly Berry, and she's not Holly Berry, but it's like, I think it's Haley Berry. That's what.
Is it really?
It's Haley Berry. Yeah.
There's no.
I think it's no relation. I think it's no relation.
I mean, I gotta look
this
Google
up.
It. Wait, I gotta see the picture.
So I guess you
didn't.
What's
your name Ariel? Is it still Ariel, or is it like?
Yeah, no, it's Ariel.
Okay, cool.
Chill.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. They could have changed it to a little more ethnic name. Ariel's quite white.
It's the exact same story. But that's the thing. The story that this comes out. It's got. I saw the trailer for it. It was a cute little trailer. It's racked up, dude, like 1.5 million dislikes on YouTube.
Dislikes,
and people are like pissed.
Nice.
It's one of those things where people are pissed that they changed the character to black. Well, it's one of those things. So let me say my one piece. Okay,
say your thing.
Let me say my one piece. Let's see if I can get through this.
Good luck, buddy.
So my least favorite thing
is Talle Bailey.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's
so close.
That's too close.
Too close.
She doesn't look like
my least favorite thing about when people complain about this type of shit, like with the characters changing, is that it's mostly adults and their excuse is, no, it's not, I'm not racist. My anger is that Disney is just exploiting diversity for profits. They should just come up with new stories and not remake the old ones. Well, I agree with the second half of it, okay? If the first thought that popped in your head after watching that trailer was Ariel's not supposed to be like that, like, you know, I don't think you're exactly inviting Rosa Parks to the front of the bus. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not.
Because look, like, that movie, there's like all these TikToks out of like these little girls like watching it and being like, oh my God, she like looks like me. And it's like people of color seeing someone that looks like them playing a Disney princess like the Little Mermaid is going to show them that they too can swim.
No.
That's cheap.
That's
cheap.
Almost. It's
cheap.
almost. No.
Cheap.
It's almost,
it was cheap. Cheap.
You know what, Disney? Like, You did that. Disney did what just happened here. That horrible thing you just said. Like Disney did that. You're telling me in the boardroom when they were like discussed the reboot of The Little Mermaid, I mean, every remake has been diversified. Even have you been watching Wednesday? The Addams Family like show spinoff?
No, but I just saw a trailer for it.
Really good. But the Addams Family is Latina. Like they're all Latina, which is cool. It's like fine. Didn't even barely noticed it. Just like happened to kind of notice. Like, oh, all the actors are Latina, whatever. Not even a big deal. But like not even of note. But everything that's remade seems to be diversified. So, but you're telling me like in the boardroom of when they're like, all right, storyboard. Little Mermaid, how are we going to change it up? And they just go black. Like you're telling me not one guy like drew the connection between the stereotype of swimming and like not one guy just like cracked a little like you did this little like you picked the Little Mermaid. You did it. Like someone's going to say it. Don't. Come on now.
Come on.
That's just low hanging fruit.
That's what I'm saying. It's low hanging fruit. You know what I'm saying? So Wakanda Forever, the movie was absolutely lit. I do recommend. Brings me to my final point about the movies. We need to protect the movies. Okay?
100% with you.
I don't know anything about the economy, but like AMC to the moon. Like we got to get it to the moon. We can't get movie theaters to go anywhere.
You're saying that because me and you own stocks.
Understand that. I do understand that. But also at the same time, it's like, dude, the movies are fucking awesome. Like I just went and it's like, dude, it's such a good time. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like we got to keep them going.
The movies for me is a pastime. Like I crave going to the movie theater. Like to eat a bucket of popcorn the size of my torso.
I can't tell you
before the previews are over.
When was the last time you went to an IMAX theater?
IMAX I haven't been to in a long time. I went and saw Top Gun over the summer, which was awesome. But I went and saw like at the local theater. It was small. Love an IMAX
it's
theater.
Honestly, I'm not. When I say you forget, like it was a mind fuck.
No, it's
like
immersive.
I sat down and I was like, oh, like this is. It was like when you go to the Museum of Natural History and you look at the beluga whale and you're just like, whoa, that's fucking bigger than I remember. It's bigger than that. Yeah. It's like IMAX, dude. It was so fucking large. It was almost like I was like, oh, this is gonna be a 3-hour movie. Shit, this is fucking intense.
When you saw the original Avatar, did you see it IMAX in 3D?
Yes.
I saw it in the new, like it was that new 3D that came out, remember? Yeah. Just for that movie, like a new version of 3D came out, which was lit. I remember watching it. It was such a packed movie. That was one of those movies that like you could barely get tickets to it. Like you walked in the theaters packed every day. I remember getting tickets, walking in. We was like 4 or 5 of us. The only 4 or 5 seats were available were first row. And in IMAX, at least at the time, I don't know how it is now. But we already bought. Like it was like $40 a ticket. Remember how expensive they were? I remember like no joke. Like the screen was like that close to us, and it's like it goes up the ceiling and shit. And I was just like, like getting nauseous when everything was moving in the movie. It was like, like it was like 3D and shit. It was fucking too much.
Yeah,
it was way too much.
One last thing about the movies was, when you at the movie theater, the soda machine. That's like you get to choose any flavor of Coke, Diet Coke, Cherry Diet.
Yeah, it's like Coke always tastes better at the theater.
Well, I'm there and I'm getting my drink. And I'm like, man, I think I said this out loud. I was like, yo, I love these machines. I was talking to Emily. I'm like, I love these machines. And then some freak to my left is just like, aren't they the best? And I was like, yeah, totally. And he was just like, I have the app. Do you have the app? And I was like, fuck, why am I in this right now?
You were fucking high. This guy seems like he is nice.
I was high, of course. I'm at the movie theaters. Listen. Listen.
Sounds like high paranoid
guy. Yeah, maybe I'm a New York asshole but it's just like, dude.
You are.
But leave me alone.
No, he's fucking.
I kept walking away. And he was like, dude, the app, man. And I was like, great, like awesome, dude. He's like, look, and he's like, I pre-customed my flavors before I got here. I was like, dude.
Oh, that's too much.
No, it was too much. Like he was looking for a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, was he, dude, like his shirt was tucked into his cargo shorts or something?
He was there alone for sure.
Yeah.
And then I go to the movie theater alone, I don't go talk to people at the movie theater.
You're right.
I don't go to make friends at the movie theater. It's like I go to watch the movie. He was like at the soda machine trying to get me to download this app and like understand his like multi flavors of Sprite, and I'm just not into it.
I hear that.
I feel like that's okay. And the fact that I'm high and it's a Sunday night, I don't want to be fucking with you right now.
And the city's weirder people. Like I'm around here, everybody's kind of friendly.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like my girlfriend's a little more to herself. Like, she thinks it's nuts when I do shit like that. Like, we're at like online. I'm like, I know, wild, right? I'm talking to the guy next to me. She's like, you're a serial killer. Like, she thinks I'm crazy.
Right.
But like around here, it's a little more common. Like, people chat with each other. City is very recluse.
It's recluse for a reason.
Because everybody in the city is nuts.
Some people are freaks.
Yeah, they're very
and
freaky.
It's like, also one comment, dude, it's the best. Do you have the app? Check it out. It's awesome.
Right.
Period.
Yeah, like,
and then it's just like, cool.
I
like, I'm walking away, and he was still like, so like, dude, this look like, yo, the am was like I was like, haha, totally. Like, as I was walking in, too far, too much.
You know where there's another place where that happens a lot with people that are like, there's a fine line between like just being friendly and talking to the people around you and like having some issues. The gym. There's this guy at my gym. Like, I talk to everybody at the gym. It's like my most social place. I'm like that guy. Like, everybody who, like, all the people that go at the same hour, like, we're boys. There's this one guy, though. He's like in his 40s. Always wears a gray tank top. Always wearing shorts. Doesn't matter the month. He's like a little older. He has one little tattoo. I think he thinks he's like quote unquote hip because of it. And like I'll never forget the first day I went to that gym. He was just like, hey, man. And like, went like this. And like, you give me one of those. And I was like, hey, next time. Hey, man. And it's only been that every single day for like, I guess almost 2 years now, a year and a half. The other day, like, it was just Thanksgiving. I walk in the gym and he's like he's like begging for like love. Like, it's very obvious. He's just looking for some connection. Exactly. He seems alone, like not with a woman for sure. I don't know what's going on in there, but comes up to me, goes, hey, man. That's how he says it. Like, he's very shy. Like, he's like, hey, man.
He held on to it.
And then I dap him like this, and he just goes, how was your holidays? And he's like looking down and shit. I'm like, oh my God.
You're the hot guy in the gym.
I don't think he's hitting on me, bro. It took him
so much courage.
I don't think he's hitting on me, bro.
He can't even look at you.
No, he's not hitting on me. He's just trying to like feel
your body.
No, it's not like that. You don't know, man. You don't know. It's not like that. He might be a little bit like that. But he was just like, oh, and we're like talking about Thanksgiving. I'm trying to do like squats, and he's like still chatting. I'm like mid rep. It was the same shit. I'm like, all right, this is over.
That's what I'm saying.
Buddy.
I'll make the conversation, but just know when it's over.
Right, this is over. Christ.
And then he sucked your dick in the locker room.
Then he tried. I was like, if I wasn't in a rush, I would have given him the old college try. So speaking of like the gym and you being high, so I've been pretty much since we stopped recording. I've been like super into like healthy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, listening to like Huberman podcast, right?
Right.
So I stopped smoking I still kind of only smoke sporadically. So I smoke a lot less. I didn't smoke for like 2 months after your wedding. So I stopped smoking. I did sober October.
Up to my wedding either. I
didn't smoke like 2-3 weeks before your wedding too.
Wow.
Which, by the way, I gotta be honest, dude. Really quick sidebar. Smoking is so much better when I do it personally. When I do it like sporadically. Me and my dad did the pizza thing, our like pizza scavenger hunt thing, and I had like my first laugh attack in a long time with like the whole fam, and it was the most fun I've ever had in my life. It was like 30 minutes of like sweating and hurting, laughing. It was like kind of nice. But so I haven't been smoking, I haven't been drinking, been like prioritizing sleep, been like hitting the sauna, doing ice baths type shit, cold showers, really focusing on my health. Everything I've been reading is like, you know, sauna, great for your, you know, focus throughout the day. Oh, like prioritize sleep, like you're more productive. I stopped smoking. I thought, like in the beginning, I think I even told you, I was like, dude, I feel like memories are coming back to me. Like I stopped smoking, like 2 weeks later, I'd be like sitting there and I'd be like, holy shit, like I just remembered something I've been wanting, whatever. I thought I was like getting smarter actively. Like I felt I think
that makes sense.
Right. Right. You're no more toxic or whatever. You're not getting fucked up. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not getting
you
fucked up.
You don't have to explain it. I get it.
Right. But that's what, in the immediate, that's what it felt like. Cut to like last week. So you gave me as a wedding gift, you gave me a gift card to Gino's, the pizzeria,
right,
and to Bright Eye. So me and Jack have been we've been playing like cards against each other. We've been playing rummy. So we were like, yo, let's go to fucking Gino's. We're gonna use Dylan's gift card. We'll use the gift card at Gino's. We'll go to Bright Eye, the brewery. We'll use the gift card there that Dylan got it, and we'll play cards. We'll get like drunk and play cards. So we do that. Look, we go to Gino's. I got the gift cards in my pocket. I'm like chilling. We go to Gino's. We order food. We like ordered a full dinner because I was like, fuck it, I got money to spend. So we ordered like dinner. It's a pizzeria. I got like chicken marsala and like soup and shit. Like, I got like 6 courses.
I hooked it up for my boy.
Delicious. Yeah. So we're sitting there and I forgot the playing card because I'm a fucking idiot. There you go. Weed, right? I'm sober and I'm fucking forgetting shit. So I forget the playing cards, right? So I'm like, fuck, we're eating. I'm like, damn, I forgot the cards. And she's like, we gotta go get them. We gotta get them. So I'm like, it's no problem. I'll get them after dinner. And she like looks a little bit like kind of annoyed. But I was annoyed at myself too. I was like, oh, this is all right, cool. So we're eating. Bill comes. Not even thinking about it. We pay the bill, whatever. We leave. Go to pick up the cards. I'm in here. She's in the car waiting for me. I'm in here. We're about to go to the brewery. I'm in here. I'm right there getting the playing cards. And I get a call from Jack. And she's like, oh, by the way, also get the playing cards. And I was like, that's what I'm getting. She goes, I was like, what else am I getting? She goes, the gift card. I was like, fuck, I had the gift card in my pocket. Didn't use it to pay the bill. Because like things started happening. I just like blanked. My brain just like short circuited. And I like thought, I said to her, like, I forgot the cards. She thought gift card. She paid the bill. As she's paying the bill, I forget that I even have the gift card. So she, my girlfriend, pays for dinner. What? I don't even realize I have the gift card in my pocket. So now I'm up here. I pick up the gift card. I'm like, fuck. So I'm thinking about we're getting drunk now. And we're like laughing about the fact, like it was just hilarious. Like we're both cracking up, whatever. And I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm like doing all this shit. And I'm like getting smarter. I'm like with it. I'm quick. I'm like feeling witty. I'm responsible and all this shit. I'm like, I think people are who they are. I think you are who you are, which is most of the time you're just kind of dumb and incapable, but
right.
Like most of the time. And I think I'm dumb and incapable no matter how fucked up again. So I'm gonna get a little more fucked up more often.
Man.
That's how it's feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say this. I think when I stopped drinking, you want to talk about, I mean, you didn't even go through a self-righteous phase. Like, you know, good for you.
No, I didn't have an issue. I wasn't like ruining my life. I was just trying to make it better, you know?
I think when I stopped drinking, I definitely felt like I was like, ooh, I'm sharper, I'm smarter, and blah, blah, blah. And like, that's still occurring. Like, yeah, I don't have hangovers like that. Yeah. But there's still a seal. Like, I was like, the sky's the limit. And now I'm like, no, there's a ceiling.
No, the ceiling's
right lower than I thought it was. It's like, oh, like, I had this thought the other day. I was like, I'm going to be 30 in like a month, and I'll probably read like 4 more books in my life. Like, it's just not going to happen. I can keep buying them, but they're going to keep sitting on the shelves. Dude, you know what I mean? They look good.
Didn't read all 3 of those books on that shelf. They look good on a shelf, though.
I just don't have time to get smarter. My life is so active now that it's like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? If I feel like I'll get a little bit more smart, but.
Well, I have been trying to read books, and I'm still like, I'm not noticing much. The only thing I do notice from reading books and like listening to like podcasts that like make you smarter is that like I'm more like, I would maybe condescending. Like if I'm in a conversation, I'm like more of an asshole because I'm like, I know that. I don't though. I'm fucking stupid. Like I still don't know what I'm. Like I'm gonna listen to another podcast next week that tells me what I just listened to is not the right thing, and I'm gonna fucking be a dick about. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Here's a question: is knowledge overrated? Knowledge is like I'd rather, you know what I mean? Because it takes time to acquire knowledge, and YOLO. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ignorance is bliss sometimes.
Ignorance is fucking. If I've learned anything in our 8 months off, is like ignorance is bliss, my guy. I mean, because I'm infinitely happier not talking about COVID things and the law and politics. You know what I'm saying?
The politics in particular, like I have not since we stopped talking about politics on a show, which was a lot of responsibility,
right? And
a lot of just everything. It was just I was always on high alert. I felt like fight or flight type of shit. I've been so happy.
Right.
I went to my parents' house, or went to hang out with Frankie and Sabrina yesterday at my parents' house. But my parents are away. It was just us 4. And Fox is on in the fucking kitchen. And we're drinking. We're having a good time. Nobody's watching TV. Like, it's just there. Like, I'm not paying attention to it. Didn't even really notice it. But then, like, there's one lull where, like, you know, we're chilling. Maybe someone was getting a good cup of water. And all you hear is like Tucker Carlson like screaming from the right, and I was just like, I couldn't like calm. I was just like, can we shut the TV off? Why are we doing this to ourselves? And they were all like, oh, I knew you. Like we were waiting for you to say something. Like fucking, of course. I was dying. I was like, why are we doing this to ourselves? But it has been nice.
It's tough, dude. It's like
it's been nice.
There's there's always another thing. That's the problem. It's like it never is gonna get solved. It's always just gonna keep going. You know what I mean? So I'd rather just experience things. You know what I mean? It's like you work, you can acquire knowledge and sit down and watch the news and get fucking angry about everything. Or you could just fuck off and take a walk.
You could just chill.
Take a walk, buddy.
Dude,
take a fucking walk.
People in Long Beach are very good with the whole like ignorance is bliss type lifestyle.
This whole town is ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. Everybody's dumb and happy about it. Like it's beautiful. I love it. That's why I love it here. The I've noticed recently there's a lot of not middle aged, but like, between 30 and 40-year-old single women. A lot of them.
Chill.
Nothing wrong with that. They're just like living their life, doing their thing. And there's a lot of single like women of that age in my building. The other day, dude, like the other week, 2 weeks ago, I'm on my way to work. Well, actually, I was working from home that day because me and Jack had to go to a wedding. So I was like doing laundry at like 7:45 in the morning. I was like getting laundry done before we had to leave. It's early, 7:45. I'm down there in like pajamas, like doing laundry downstairs. I get out of the elevator and there's this chick sitting on like my, when you walk in my building, like a little stoop thing inside. She's sitting there just like legs crossed, staring at the elevator, like pissed. And she's like in a black coat, black hair, just like, and the second the elevator door opens, she like got up like she was going to attack me and then like sat back down. I was like, oh shit, you scared me. And she goes, and I'm expecting her to be like, oh, I thought you were somebody else. She goes, well, yeah, my husband's fucking one of your neighbors, so I'm just waiting for him to come downstairs. And I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. That's terrible. So now I'm like, this is about to be the best morning. Like, I'm talking to this bitch. Like, I'm about to talk to this chick. So I'm like, oh, that's terrible. Like, sorry about that. And she's like, and I'm expecting her not to want to talk much. She's going into it. She's like, yeah, like, I know she's been, it's some bitch Heather, and that chick Heather. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Heather is. I probably shouldn't even say her name. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, keep your voice down. These walls are thin in this bitch.
No, I know what room she's in too. So I'm like, whatever, we're fucking bullshitting. All of a sudden, my super comes down. I'm like putting laundry in the machine. I hear my super. He comes down the stairs, and she does the same thing to him. And he goes, oh. Like, hello? Like, you scared me. I hear her, like, and she says the same thing. No, well, my husband's fucking one of your neighbors. Not realizing it's the super. So now he's like,
oh, I got a key to everywhere.
He's like, oh, like, you can't, I've got to, he just off the cuff goes, I got some complaints, like, you got to keep it down. You can't, like, cause problems in here. So he comes into the laundry, he sees me in the laundry room, he's like, bro, we got to call, we start cracking up in there. He's like, he goes, no, we got to call fucking cops, this bitch crazy. And I'm like, oh shit, so now we're fucking have a thing going. So he goes back out there, she's talking to him more. He goes, so now I'm in the laundry room. There's the lobby in between us, and then he's in his office, is on the other side of the hallway. So I am she's still there, like waiting. This is like probably 10 minutes go by. Like I'm not leaving this fucking room. Like I'm putting my stuff in very slowly. I peek my head out to see what's going on. I see him peek his head out, and then we just start like cracking up, like we're looking at each other. Like his name's Marco. He's like this like 40-year-old Mexican dude. He's the boy. And we're just like kind of cracking up. He's like, he goes, she fucking crazy. And I'm like, oh shit, like this is wild. So what happened was she's calling him now. She's like bugging out, screaming at him on the phone, like, I know you're fucking that crack whore, like that fucking. Are you kidding? That all this shit. Well, I'm like, oh my god. This guy was up there. I know the girl, by the way. She's wild. She's like, she wears like underwear around the building. Like she went to the gym one time. Jack called me. She goes, you know your neighbor? I'm like, yeah. She goes, she's in a thong at the gym. Like her whole asshole is out. I was like, she's crazy. I see her sometimes. She's just tripping on mushrooms, like in front of the building, just like she wild. This girl's nuts. So, the guy that she was with left. The girl didn't know there was a basement to the building. Just left through the fucking basement and bounced. Called her back and goes, babe, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm at home. Like I hear him on speakerphone. She's like, I'm at home. She goes, fuck you. I was just there. No, you're not home. Like she's like, you just got. He's like, watch the whole thing fucking unravel. Then he called the cops. She had to leave. But it was the best like 8:30 in the morning ever.
Wow, that's good shit,
dude. It was awesome. It was wild.
I miss I miss having apartment drama. My apartment now is so chill. There's only 9 apartments. I barely see anyone else.
9, huh?
9 apartments.
Damn.
That's it. Small building.
That is small.
My other apartment, we all know I had Feifei there. The crazy ass lady used to fucking knock on my door and say that I was like stomping on the ground at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
But that, and I had a very creepy super who made
Dan?
I think so.
His name was Dan, right? He had like a jaw missing and shit.
He was
creepy looking.
He was a creepy guy. One time he came over to. I mean, like I said, I do not drink, and there was like a bottle of Jack in the house for some reason, and he came over and did work, and I came back, and the bottle of Jack was just half drank.
Oh no!
I was like, yeah.
That's sad. Though.
Yeah,
you know, that's his life.
Yeah, but it's not sad though because also I'm like, if this asshole got drunk in my apartment, it's not like he probably took his shoes off and started dancing on my couch and shit. Like, what else did this fucking guy do?
He was there when you weren't there.
No, he like did work in the apartment. Yeah, I think
that's gross.
Yeah,
I don't love it.
Yeah,
my super is always stoned. He's just always high. Like every time I see him, he's like, yo, what's up, man? And I'm like, my bad. It's
Marco.
Like, very chill. He doesn't do shit. I like, yo, my toilet's broken.
So going back a little bit, are you going to start smoking more weed?
I'm smoking weed. I'm filtering it in. I do it like I would drinking. Like I do it on the weekend. Right. I'm not smoking every night to go to bed and stuff like that. It's been nice. It's like a treat. Like as opposed to like I need it to get by. It's like nice to do it as a treat.
Sure. So one of the things that happened while we were away is that I got married.
Yes.
Shout out to my marriage.
Best fucking wedding.
We had a sick time.
So fun.
So just like a fairy tale type shit.
We talked about this before we stopped recording, but you had the fucking joint station.
Yeah, we had the joint station. Like
through with it.
It was really like the wedding was just like there's so many awesome highlights. Like it was just lovely, and it was like perfect in every way. But there are 3 specific things that I just like 3 funny things that I want to share with the room. So, the first one is that so the group, you know, they have like bride and groom's drinks. The bride drink was like I forget, it was some cocktail. And the groom's drink was an O'Doul's.
yeah.
And they were like pictures of it, and it was like the picture of like this cute cocktail of a fucking bottle of O'Doul's as the groom drink. And it was awesome because like people were coming up to me, like some of my friends were like toasting O'Doul's with me at the party. It was awesome. And right when the wedding started, so like one of the things that I thought was like crazy about the wedding was that the wait staff was like unbelievable. Like they were all so nice, they were all so friendly. Everybody was like in a good mood, which like you don't really get. Even though I did walk in on one of the guys, I walked in on one of the waiters. Just like I went to the bathroom and this guy was just like taking a shit, and he didn't lock the door. And it's like when you're taking a shit and you don't lock the door and someone opens it, I feel like it's like 100% human response to have a very quick reaction of like, oh, so I'm in here, someone's in here. Right. And you're like, oh, my bad. I swung the door open, was just standing there. I'm like staring at this guy's dick through the toilet bowl. And he's just like, oh, dude, yeah, my bad. I didn't lock it. And I was like, okay, buddy.
Didn't you tell me he had an absolute hammer?
He had a hammer. And I was just like, Jesus, all right, whatever, dude. Like, he had no. It's like he was
like tossing the salad. He didn't need no utensils.
Like as the groom too, I feel like on his end he would have been like, "Yo, my bad." Like have a good time. Like this guy had no clue who I was. Like didn't give a fuck. Like I think he was the one guy of the wait staff that maybe wasn't going 100. But there was a weed table at the wedding. We had like this fun weed table at the wedding. We rolled like 130 joints or some shit like that. And right when I kind of like walked across the dance floor, and this like waiter came up to me and was like, dude, I heard there's a weed table here. Is that real? And I was like, there is. He's like, that's fucking crazy. And then I go away, right? And then my boy Brett comes up to me like 20 minutes later. I'm outside by the weed tent. And he goes, dude, is that guy at the wedding or working for the wedding? And he points to that same guy that came up to me. I was like, he's working for the wedding. He goes, ooh, shit, I just got that guy high. That was awesome. I was like, that's awesome. Okay, other thing that was sick, I meant to say this about the O'Doul's, is that right when the wedding started, right, this woman comes up to me and she goes, hey, I'm going to be taking care of you tonight. Like whenever you need, she shows up with an O'Doul's in a glass, hands me an O'Doul's. She's like, an O'Doul's in a glass. Like, congratulations. Saw it so beautiful. Like I'll be here all night. Whenever you need something, I'll be there. And I'm like, awesome. Like, what's your name? Thank you so much. And she goes, Tuta. And I was just like, what did she just say? And she was like foreign. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, what'd she say? And then I was like, I'm sorry, what'd you just say? And she was just like, Tutas Ratas Patas. And I was just like, what's happening right now? So I just go, beautiful name. Thank you so much. And this woman, I don't know if I told you this, but this woman was like
You did not.
the butler from Mr. Deeds that wants to change my socks, but instead of change my socks, she just had O'Doul's ready for me. Like I would just be like talking, I would like finish a sip, I would turn around, she'd be like, I have another O'Doul's for you. I was just like, oh shit, all right, thanks to Tess. Thanks to Tess. Like she and I also shout out to myself. I drank my own wedding dry of O'Doul's, and they had to go get more in the middle of the wedding. Yeah, which is insane because they also had Heineken Zero and the Athletic. I was like, you could have just, and they're like, you want O'Doul's, and I was like, two tas, whatever you want.
I ain't getting in your way.
And then my last favorite thing that happened. Well, not my favorite thing, obviously. Like, just a funny thing that happened was that one of Emily's grandmas is just an absolute firecracker of a human being. Like, she comes out shooting from the hip. Like, she says things that just like ricochet off the walls, and you're like, what'd that woman just say? And the camera person told me this, the photographer said, like, during the ceremony, which was in this like very quaint, like hall, small, very intimate. Like you could really feel all the emotions like in there. Everybody was like dead quiet. And the guy's like kind of like, it's like right before it's about to start, it's like just dead silence at that wedding. And you could hear like the clicking of the guys like taking the pictures. And Mimi is her name. She just goes, just let me know when you want me to take my clothes off. At the top of her lungs.
Dude, Mimi, when she showed up, because I was ushering, I had to like seat people, and I saw Mimi. I had met her once before. Remember, like we went to her house that time, and she kissed me on the cheek. I remember had lipstick all over my neck from her. It was like she's just a nut, right? So I said, "Oh my God, how you doing? Like, hey Mimi, like it's been so long. Like, how you doing? How you been?" And she was in a wheelchair because she had fallen like the week before the wedding. So she just goes, "Like fucking shit." And starts cracking up, and I was like pissing myself. I was like, "Damn!" I was like, I gave her a hug, or whatever. Yeah. Sat her in the front, fucking rough.
She's a firecracker. Yeah. So I'm married now. 2 months of marriage. Shout out to myself.
Shout out to yourself.
I got a wedding ring.
Nice ice there. Let me see that.
And my shout out to my boy who gave a fire speech.
Oh, thank you.
Joe crushed his speech.
Thank you. Dude.
Everybody crushed their speeches. The girls crushed their speech. The parents crushed their speeches.
The wedding was great, dude. I do have a comment on the wait staff though. So they were super fucking nice. And like got the job done. Jack, though, my girlfriend, went inside to go to the bathroom, and they were starting to set up for the after party, but the wedding wasn't over yet. And she was just like up there. She didn't have a drink. She went to grab a beer. She went into the bucket to grab a beer that was up there, and somebody goes, "Whoa! What are you doing?" And it was open bar. Like nobody paid for drinks. And she was like, "Oh, like I'm just grabbing a drink." She had like 2 beers in, and like, no, this is for the after party. And she was like, "May I have one?" Like they're like, "Absolutely not. We are accounted for in the after party." She was like, "Okay."
Oh, damn.
I was very like shooketh because she doesn't smoke much, and she was ripped when it happened. She was like shaking when she got back down.
Yeah, the vibe of being high at the wedding was
great.
Was different, and
I liked it. I was nervous about it.
I was so nervous about it because I was just like,
you had a moment.
I did have a moment. We can get into it if you want. But it's just like, you're used to everyone being drunk at a wedding, and you're used to people also being high at a wedding, but like you're not used to the wedding supplying the weed.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and Emily's family, like they're kind of more, like Emily smokes more than she drinks. So like her vibe is high. You know what I mean? And that at a wedding can just be weird.
Well, because most, like it depends on the person. Like the thing is, weed is one of those things where it's individual, but it's also communal. Like if everybody's smoking and it's positive high, everybody's having a good time. If everybody's smoking and like it's a freaky, weird situation. Everybody's uncomfortable. Nobody's having a good time.
Right.
And there could also be the straggler who's just not having a good time. Sure.
But it's tough too, because when you're drinking, it's like, I feel like drinking, it's like easier to just like hit home runs in terms of the good times department. But you can also get too drunk and then, someone's too drunk and then it ruins the time as well.
Yeah, but before you get there.
It's such a different type of ruin though. It's like.
But because before you get there, it's all positive.
Right.
Like up until you get to that point where you're too drunk and you ruin the party, you're having the best time ever.
Right.
Drinking shuts your brain off. Weed makes your brain go into hyperdrive and like inward thinking. Now you're overanalyzing it.
Right.
You have more. You realize more of your thoughts, not less of them.
Right. So for those reasons, I made the decision. We bought 200 pairs of sunglasses.
That was the best idea of all time.
Yeah, it was just like you have some. It was like a universal we're all high as fuck moment.
The fucking day, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, thank Christ. There was a moment where I was like, fourth joint in, and I'm like, thank God I got these shades on. Holy hell.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of the joints, though, my dad and mom took not one, not two, but 16 joints from that table.
A lot of people were.
No. I don't think a lot of people were. My mom comes over to me and just goes, I was like, you see the joint table? She goes, yeah, crazy. I got 16 of them. I go, Ma, that's not what it's for. It's for like using it right here. She's like, oh, well, we got 16 and walks away. I was like, okay. She texted me a picture last week, sends me a picture of my dad with a joint in his mouth and just goes, Dylan really came through, huh?
Wow. Why did I get that text?
I know.
What the hell?
I should have sent it to you.
Damn.
She told me not to share it.
I love that. You want to go next?
Unless you have something else you want to talk about.
Not about the wedding. I think in conclusion, the wedding was awesome. I had a great time.
It was the best wedding I think I've been to.
It was so fun, man. I can't even.
The speech, the one thing I would acknowledge on the wedding, I was so nervous. I really was.
This guy with the speech, let me tell you, holy shit.
I was so nervous.
I didn't think he was going to pull through, this guy.
I know. Let
me say this. Like a burden I put on him. This kid be like, I got to do this.
It is a lot of responsibility.
Like I would be like, hey man, like it's my wedding. We've been friends for how many years? And he would just be like, yeah, I got to make this fucking speech at your wedding. I'm like, hey buddy, love you too, you fucking dick. Smoke more weed.
I was so stressed out. Well,
yeah, first of all, hide it, dude.
Did you get my gift?
Yeah, it was.
Did you read it?
Yeah, I read the card. Yeah.
Okay, so that was the ending joke. Yeah. I wrote in my gift because I just
long con, buddy. Long con.
I was so stressed about the speech and getting it right that I just didn't even bother. I didn't buy a fucking card. I didn't write a check. I was like, I'll get him something later. Like I'll get him the money. But I wrote in the card. I was just like, I felt like you should have been giving me money because I was stressed out. But anyway, I was really stressed out about the fucking speech. I was practicing all week. Oh, you look at.
I'm just saying how much time.
How much
43.
time? Oh, cool. I was really nervous about the fucking speech. I was practicing it the whole night before. I was practicing it for a while, and it went awesome. Like it went great, and it was very hard. It was from the heart. It's all I wanted it to be. It went exactly how I wanted it to go. But my mom, my whole life, my mom has visually recorded every moment of my life. I'm shocked she wasn't in the room when I lost my virginity.
She's a camera, yeah.
Like she's always there, like record, and it's like nerve wrack. I don't like performing for a camera. Obviously, we got this. That was also the other thing.
While speaking to a camera.
Right. Well, that was the big thing with the speech.
Maybe she desensitized you to be this moment.
Maybe. Oh,
we don't give our moms enough credit.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah.
But that was also another thing with the speech.
Give me those joints back.
Me and Dylan have a podcast where we talk on camera. Little do people know, though, I don't prepare for this fucking thing. I don't think of what I'm going to say on this fucking show. So, like, I'm not reciting anything. So, like, people would come up to me like, I can't wait for your speech. I bet it's going to be the best.
Yeah,
and
people were,
everybody.
There was very high expectations.
So many. They're like, people would say to me, I have such high expectations. I'm like, you're a fucking whore. I was so upset. But whatever. I'm giving the speech. My mom fucking, the second they announce my name, I see like a bulldog running through the crowd, like boom, boom. And then she sprints. Nobody's on the dance floor. I'm on there. I'm walking up there to get the microphone. My mom pops through the crowd, squats down with her phone, just goes, good luck, baby, and is now filming me in a catcher's position, like right in front of me. I'm like, fucking Christ. So a couple people filmed it though, and I, like I said, it went well. I'm watching the recording, and all you see in one of the recordings is Brett in the background, and Brett is one of those guys, just this big dude. He's hard on his sleeve, like just a fucking
salt of the earth, bro.
If he's feeling happy,
golden retriever.
Golden retriever. He's laughing. He's always having a good time. So like he's in the background, and I would be like setting up a joke, and Brett would be like, no, look. And he'd be like pointing at it and shit. And I was like, I'm watching. I couldn't even watch myself give the speech. I just see this big oaf in the back, just like having the time of his life. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, it went great. The wedding was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
We had a good time.
I didn't cry. I cried a little bit. Did you cry a little bit? You got a little choky.
Yeah, during the ceremony, man, was very emotional.
Demi.
Oh my God, yeah. The ceremony was supposed to be outside originally, but then it wound up being like a cloudy / like drizzly rainy day. So we brought the ceremony inside to this like very intimate space, and like walking down the aisle, I feel like when you're outside, it's like there's places for the energy to escape.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like I felt like I was in like a vortex, like walking down the aisle. It's like all those eyes are like I just wound up laughing myself because I was like, because everybody's looking at you like.
Yeah.
Like everybody's holding, and it's like 200 people. I'm like, this is so intense. So I just like giggled a little bit, and then everybody giggled too. And then I went like this, and everybody started cheering. I was like, let's fucking go. And then when I was on stage, yeah, I definitely was like kind of holding back tears a little bit. I kept like moving my legs around a little bit, make sure I wasn't like about to fall down. And
then one of the bridesmaids,
Demi, she was start to finish was hysterical.
It would be
like
she didn't even
blubbering.
really. I couldn't tell if she was trying to hold it back and was just unable to, and it just blurred it. Like it would be like, and like it felt like cartoon tears were like shooting out of her face.
She took all the tears for us.
Yeah, she did. It was hard to cry when you were trying to help her. You trying to help her survive the fucking wedding. It was great. That was beautiful.
Yeah, we had a really good time.
But that was like the start of fall, kicked it off. It feels like we're approaching winter now. Like it's winter vibes now. And
it's Christmas.
I don't know. It's Christmas. Yeah, dude, I got my Christmas tree up. I got
Christmas shirt.
I got my stockings, adorbs. You got your Christmas shirt. What do you and Emily play like board games in the winter? You guys get competitive and play stuff?
So we don't really play a lot of board games at my house as much as I would like to. I was recently playing chess over at the Winston's house. I do love chess. But Emily likes to do puzzles in the winter, like a jigsaw puzzle. And you can go ahead and bend me over and fuck me in the ass before I do a puzzle with you.
I'm not a
I'd rather experiment with pegging than do a puzzle.
Listen, I heard there's pleasure in pegging.
Yeah, there's no pleasure in puzzles, dude.
Even when you finish it, you're like, yeah, I know. If the picture was on the box, I knew what it was going to look like.
But it's just not that. It's like such a slow, like a game. I'm with games.
Yeah.
Like games are fun because it's like, it's active. It's like puzzles just like, nope.
You're just trying.
Like, all right, find all the corner pieces. And then it's like, all right, we did that outline, and now all hell's about to break. It's like when you finish the outline of a puzzle, it feels like it's done, but you haven't even started yet.
No, yeah. It's like when you do laundry and like the dryer's done. It's like, oh, laundry's done, but no, you gotta fold the fucking laundry. Now it's like the shitty part's coming. Yeah. It's like I thought I was done with this. It's clean tough. And dry. Now I gotta fold it.
So games wise, we don't have any really no real games. What do you got?
I'll tell you what, though. Me and Jack, if you look up on there,
I heard you play gin rummy like a couple of fucking old people sitting on rocking chairs.
Well, we've been playing rummy. The problem with rummy is Jack has been playing her whole life. I never played rummy growing up. So she's been railing me at rummy, and I don't take it well. That's what I was going to say about games. We've been playing Scrabble and rummy. I bought Monopoly and categories too. But we've been playing Scrabble and rummy.
And Uno and
I haven't played Uno in a while. Mm. I do have Uno up there too. Why are you judging me on my games? I see the tone. You got a tone.
You just kept
What's
listening.
your tone about with the games?
Nothing.
Okay. So, we've been playing the game. The problem with games.
I was going to do another one, but I stopped.
The problem with games, you really have to check yourself. Like, I haven't, like, the only time I'm competitive is if I'm playing a sport. Like, I'm not used to playing, like, calm inside games. Same with, like, her. Like, we're both competitive people, which is fun. It makes games fun. However, if you don't check yourself, like I got bombarded, like blindsided almost with emotions. We were playing Scrabble the other day. Played one game of Scrabble when we bought the game. Jack won. It was a nail biter. It was a nail biter. Like she just edged me out. Like at the end, like it was like I could have gone either way. I was like, oh, that was fun. We had a blast. We hugged, kissed, went to bed. Then like the next day, we had so much fun the day before playing Scrabble. Like let's play again. Jack, by the way, had never played Scrabble before, so I'm like teaching her. I'm kind of being easy on her. There's a Z hanging out. There's like a Z. You played Scrabble. There's a Z hanging out. Z's 10 points. Underneath the Z, like 6 letters down, there's a fucking triple word score. I see it. I'm like, I can't use that fucking Z. You don't know what the fuck's going on. I have the word zealous ready to go. It would have been like an 80-point swing. I would have smoked her ass. She just was like being a bitch. And she just uses...
Check yourself.
No. She was being a bitch. And she just puts jizz with one Z. Now, she's like, this is probably a word, right? And then you got to challenge her. She puts jizz, and I'm like, I immediately go, you fucking whore. And I'm like, I couldn't even help. Like, I couldn't. It was like, just came out of it. I was like, you whore. I'm like, so angry. Like, I'm like, fuck, chill, man. Chill, man. So I'm like, I go to check the word, and it is a fucking word. I'm like, you didn't even know it's a fucking word? You're going to ruin the board with jizz with one Z? Now it's like 20 minutes later, she ends up winning. I won't even look at her. Like, we won't look at each other no matter who's winning the game. You really have to check yourself when you're playing something like competitive. Like, Scrabble shouldn't be that competitive. You'd be surprised. Like,
I'm with it because I was playing chess against like young David, and I was playing chess against like a cousin-in-law. And I was winning, and they were like, and I was kind of smoking them. And like one of them challenged me to chess, and then I just started beating his ass. And he's like, damn, and then he started being like, this guy over here is a fucking genius. And then he's like, oh God, this guy, why did I do this to myself? Fucking hey, what the fuck? This guy's so good at chess. And I'm just like, trying to like win quickly because I'm like, oh, this isn't a fun user experience. Like, you invited me to play this game and I'm just like politely spanking that ass, and you're doing all the shit talk. Like, I'm not gonna jump on top and be like, yeah, I am fucking you up right now, bitch. So it's like, it's tough.
That's the thing. Like, I'm like,
group games are better.
Group game. So
group games, it's like you diversify the attention. Group games, when it's just 1v1,
it was 1v1,
and then someone drops a jizz on the table. Bro, shout out to Jack dropping jizz on the table, and you're zealous, dude. Shove that zealous up your fucking ass, dude. She gave you jizz from the top rope.
From the ropes.
That's the coolest girlfriend ever, bro.
No, fuck
the fact
her,
that
she's
you know that's cool.
No, she's a whore.
You're like, oh, I don't smoke weed now. I'm smart. Look at this word, zealous. And she's like, jizz, bitch.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's
I was like,
cool as hell.
I was like, you're a fucking bitch. I was like,
cool.
She was right there. I was like, you're a fucking whore. I can't believe you did it.
That's cool as hell, man.
It was fucking, I was so mad, dude. I was so mad. We were playing Pictionary last night with Frankie and Sabrina, and that's like a team game. So me and Jack were like working together, and we like railed Frankie and Sabrina. So that was cool. We got to be on the same side of the whole thing. But yeah, you really got to check yourself with games, man.
Yeah.
You got to keep
I'm with that.
Keep it tight.
Yeah.
Like, it could get out of hand. I wrote on the scoreboard card, like, the first game she won, I wrote, Jack wins, smiley face. Next game, I wrote, Jack is a whore. Because that was the jizz game. Second game, I wrote, no, seriously, Jack is a whore. Like, she won. And I wrote, no, seriously, Jack. It got ugly. She's smoking my ass. It's not good.
You got to check yourself.
Yeah, no,
you got a whole winter of games.
We'll see. Not good for the relationship. We will see.
So we're at 54 minutes of our first podcast back, and the boys are buzzing. The boys are back.
Yeah, we're buzzing, dude.
It's been very fun. I will say this. I have one thing left to say. That is, in terms of like the political hotness scale, it's an absolute 11 out of 10. And Joe had a couple things that he wanted to talk about that are also on the political hotness scale. Hot. Okay. So what if we wrap this up now and we do a little like talk about a little outrageous fun reflection, and then try and just do the hot topics afterwards, and if we want to delete them
then let's want to finish with my quick little fucking stupid thing, and then we'll do the hot topics, because they're not, this is because
then we have an hour and we're like, if you know,
right, and then that's after.
If you're listening right now, like, what are they talking about? It's like, maybe we'll let you find out, depending on how it goes.
We'll see.
My Little Mermaid
have to be
swimming
on the OnlyFans.
Yeah, my Little Mermaid swimming joke might have to go on the OnlyFans too. Fuck that up.
No, they're politically correct. So no, I don't smoke that much anymore, but I was high recently.
Dude, we get it. Can I just say one thing? When Joe stopped smoking weed, I did feel like it was a poke at me, which is narcissistic Dylan just being a narcissist.
You're such a fucking narcissist. Everything's about Dylan.
It's always about Dylan. Come on.
It can't be, Joe might have been having panic attacks. Like, no, it
well,
was.
Dude, just get, like, I would call him up and be like, yo, you want to get hot? Well, it wasn't that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not, I didn't feel like it was
You
a
were
poker.
peer pressuring me. And I didn't
was
want
just peer pressure. And
pressure.
I'm like, dude, like, you know, like, let's jump on a phone call with me, like, smoke a joint with your boy, and like, let's fucking bullshit. And he would just be like, oh, dude, like, I'm not smoking anymore. And I'll just be like, I mean, we could talk. And he's just like, see you later.
I definitely said we could. I definitely talked.
Kidding.
Okay. I was like, I don't think I did talk.
These are just the stories I construct in my own head.
I get it. You're a piece of shit. It's all right. It's all about you, of course, as it would be. But like I said, I was high the other day, and me and Jack were chatting. We got into a really fun little dumb high thing, and I want to throw it your way. If you had never, or how about this? If you met someone who had never had a bite of any fruit, what is the one best bite of fruit that you would give them to blow their fucking mind if they'd be like, oh my God?
I have the answer.
What's your answer?
Do you remember?
I have that written right there. What you're about to say.
One time.
It
It was maybe like 2 o'clock in the morning, and me and Joe went out on the town.
We first started smoking, I think.
I think we went out, and then we got high.
Yeah.
And we were drunk and high at the same time. We went, and Joe's like, dude, I got these genetically modified pear apples.
No, Japanese. Yeah, genetically modified,
they were
like
genetically
Japanese pear
They were
apples.
like the size of my head.
No exaggeration.
And I said, dude, it was like taking a bite of forbidden fruit. I was like, I am in the Garden of Eden right now, eating from Adam's tree, given to by a snake. It was like a
you know when you're in like a cartoon when they bite into like a peach and it's like pouring down their face?
Yeah.
It was like pouring down my face.
I felt it. It was tingling all my sensations.
It was one of the more erotic experiences I've ever had. I remember
While eating fruit.
So like I said, they were huge, and it was like a 4-pack of them, and we didn't even think about it. We plowed through that thing.
Yeah.
We ate all of
Every
the
time I took
pears.
a bite, I was just like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever
I
ate.
couldn't believe what I was eating. I never tasted anything like that.
But
So,
runner-ups, watermelon.
The like perfectly ripe watermelon is in my
on like
top
a hot
5.
summer day, like you get someone with like a dry mouth and it's like they've never had fruit before. It's like, get over here.
Like, come here, daddy.
Yeah.
Open up.
Right. Okay.
Wedge. Definitely a watermelon.
An orange slice.
I love an orange slice too.
Yeah.
How about a like perfectly crispy, juicy plum? Yeah, like, are you a plum guy?
I'm not a plum guy.
Oh, grow
You're a
up,
plum
dude.
guy. You're a plum guy.
Plums are so good.
You're a plum guy. I don't like. Is there seeds in the in the center?
A pit.
I don't like the skin of a plum.
They could have a peach.
No, because that's like the fuzz.
Yeah.
A plum, I feel like, has a very leathery outside. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about. I mean, I know what you're saying. I think you're crazy though. Like
but like you bite into it and it just like
there's some give first.
It's a little there's a little give.
Right.
So it's like if you're giving someone a bite for the first time, like maybe if you cut out a piece that without the skin, but if they bite into the skin, they're like, this is a baseball mitt, and it's like keep going.
You're an idiot. Dude, like sometimes a plum is so juicy, like where it drips, and like you get. Oh, I love a plum. I will stand by a plum all day. I'll die for a plum.
Is it in your top 5?
Yeah, dude, a plum's in my top 5.
You're giving someone a fruit. Okay, not your top 5.
Plum.
It's not your top 5. It is someone who's never experienced fruit before.
Yes, I give
and
them
you're
a
gonna
plum.
say, here's this baseball with a.
I'll stand by the plum. I will ride for a plum.
And then afterwards, they're gonna have like the slits of the leather skin like stuck in their teeth, and they're gonna be like, "Hey man, this was a great. I love fruit. Thanks, Joe." I'm definitely gonna go eat more fruit now.
Okay,
thanks for this plum.
All right, well, I'm still on the fuck you train.
Well, you can.
It's crazy that you can't get behind a plum. It's not so good. But how about this? I almost broke up with my girlfriend because of her opinion on this one. I said watermelon. She goes, "Yeah, watermelon's good, but I'd much rather have a piece of honeydew." And while I love a honeydew,
out of town.
Get the fuck
Jack,
out of here.
you were just so cool with that jizz, but you are so now uncool with fucking honeydew.
A good piece of honeydew,
Cantaloupe.
delectable. Cantaloupe, no, the green one is honeydew.
Okay, honeydew then cantaloupe.
Honeydew then cantaloupe.
Neither are really hitting though.
No, if they're perfectly ripe, they're delicious. But like, it's rare that they're ripe. It's usually like a piece of like ass. but it's like
it's usually a
watermelon.
piece of ass.
Ass. Your mother, your sister's ass. It's like a watermelon is like it. Like
Right.
it's like a beverage.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
nourishing. It's the
Nourishing.
The best.
Any other fruits?
What about a grape?
Yeah, a purple grape.
Perfect purple grape.
Dude, I that's a top. I would say the pear apple, a purple grape, and then watermelon.
Yeah, those are the three hitters.
And
me.
also pineapple.
Pineapple, but also if it's too tart.
Yeah.
The best.
Very fine line.
Perfectly ripe, delectable.
Right.
How do you feel about cherry? Real cherries?
No.
I didn't think you'd be a cherry guy.
I like bloobs. I like. You know what's funny about bloobs?
What?
You know how they say that blueberries are good for your brain because of the antioxidants?
100%.
When I eat a blueberry, I can. You know when you like work out your
100%,
bicep,
yeah.
you feel it. When I eat blueberries, I feel my brain.
100%.
Like,
I agree. I put them in my smoothies, and I'm like, yeah.
Brain.
I'm like,
Brain
give me
blast.
the weed and the blueberries. Smarter.
Yeah.
No weed, no blueberries. Dumber.
Yeah. Dead ass.
Definitely.
Dead ass, dude.
I like a cherry though. I think it's more of a nostalgic thing for me. Like I used to have them as a kid. I'm like scratching my balls right now. I don't give a fuck. I need to do it.
Do it.
It's right up against my leg. I can't even get in there.
Get in there.
There I go. I get the roll.
Dirty
in there.
dog.
Had to do it. Yeah, that was it.
Okay. I don't think we need to reflect. Outrageous Fun is sick, and the boys are back.
Yeah, we can reflect. We'll reflect after.
Oh, you don't want to do it on camera? You want to go into these hot topics?
Oh, you were saying. I thought that was going to be amongst the reflection. I mean, this is what I would like to say.
That's still recording.
They're still recording. They're good.
Sure.
I would like to say we stopped for, like, I'm just going to call it 8 months. We stopped for 8 months, and there was a void building. Like, I think there was immediately a void. We tried to fill it in. You guys don't know this, but we were filming a YouTube show that will never see the light of day at this point.
You don't.
We were filming a YouTube show.
It would have been sick
It would
if
have
we could have pulled it off.
But we are dumb. Is really what it came down to.
Well,
We're
now
dumb
we
and
actually-
incapable. That's what it is.
Dude, have a plum and shut up.
We're dumb and
genius.
incapable, bro.
Yeah.
We couldn't figure it out. We were filming a YouTube show. We were making a pivot, but the void was building and growing, and we're back. And
Yeah.
the boys are sitting in this fucking. I mean, by the way, you didn't even acknowledge my cool new pillow. How vibey is this whole situation?
What I said was, you need to move your pillows. And Joe was like, I'm not moving the fucking pillow, man.
I like
was
my
like,
new,
okay, chill, man.
my new yellow pillows are sexual.
They are very nice.
I like them.
No, yeah, the void was real. You need creative outlets in your life.
Definitely.
And luckily, I'll say this, that I think stopping the podcast, like I'm coming up on my 1 year anniversary of doing stand-up, which was like February. And that pretty much coincides with stopping the podcast. Like I started doing so much more stand-up. So I really kind of been grinding on that. So that's like, now I feel like I can kind of balance the two, which is like, it's a double fucking threat situation.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to be doing stand-up and producing content, because it's hard to get good stand-up clips for Instagram, and here we're able to produce, and I just do it for the fans.
Yo, honestly, shout out. Like,
shout out the stands.
I'll give Fazio a quick shout out.
Fazio.
Shout out Foz.
That's the number one. There's so many people that were pumped when we posted that picture.
Yeah, dude, shout out Melissa Zaleski, my cousin Melissa.
So many people were pumped, and let's take this next round. You know what's funny? I listened to these. You know what's funny? I have a.
I'm telling you, it's funny. You better laugh because I'm saying it now.
Well, I'm saying it. You know what's funny? Because it's probably not, and it's very psychotic. I have this playlist that's called like motivational speeches on Spotify, and it's like 32 to like 40 hours of like 4-minute just like locker room pump up speeches.
Mental health.
Yeah, but it's like, it's good because it's just like, it's, you know, it's like talking shit. Like I respond well to just people being like, yo, shut up and just keep going. I'm like, yes, let's go. So one of them is about the comeback, and I listened to this one. It's about like the comeback, and they say, make this the last ever comeback that you ever need.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So Let's make this the last comeback we ever need.
That's a good point. Comebacks. You keep doing comebacks. It's like you're doing something wrong, Papa.
This is an outrageous comeback, but let's make this the last comeback we ever need.
Word.
Yeah?
Done.
Okay.
See you fucking
love
next.
you guys.
Yeah. This will be once a month, by the way.
Once a month.
At least for now.
That's our plan right now, and
yeah,
we'll do what we can.
So we love you. We'll see you next month.
Yeah. Peace.